Do you ever have a burning question about how to make an LPS video, but you can never find the answer? Well, you've come to the right place. Hey guys, it's Sugar Diamond here. Today I'm going to be answering questions specifically that you guys asked, so hopefully all your questions will find an answer. The first question we have is from LPS_natsprets. Oh, that's hard to say. LPS_natsprets.official. Do you have to post a lot in order for your channel to grow? I mean, yes and no. Take Hello Studios for example. She posts episodes of series, but they usually take months to make because they're such good quality episodes and they usually end up being pretty long. But in between she posts shorter videos, like behind the scenes videos and like just little tidbits from her series. So she still is active, but she's not posting the main types of videos. I would say though that you don't need to constantly post. Like, don't overpost, because the more you post, like if you post I'm exposing myself. Back in 8th grade, many years ago when I had this channel, I posted 5 days a week. That's right, every single weekday, and sometimes even the weekends. I would post like 5 or more videos a week. I literally don't know how I found the time to film and edit them because I also had club soccer 7 days a week, so I'm like, and then school, and I was like, how did I manage to find time to do all that? I would say the sweet spot is to post around 1 video a week, maybe 2 videos occasionally, and I would say at least post once or twice a month. Honestly, twice a month is a decent, and that's probably the bare minimum, but honestly this is just my opinion, my experience. Obviously it's different for everyone's channels. This next one is from Dolly Lolly Playtime, and she asks, how do you get hyped or motivated to film? Well, this is like my opinion and I hope it helps you guys. I know a lot of people like listening to music, going outside, just free writing like for fun. I personally either listen to music, and sometimes if I listen to like music, like songs that tell a story, I'll think of a short film idea and then I'll be like, okay, I'm so inspired to film. I watch other people's LPS videos. Obviously do not copy them. I feel like that's just straightforward, don't copy them. You can definitely take inspiration from them, but I would also say a lot of people watch movies and stuff like that, and usually, I'll get into this a little later, but I don't write scripts for my videos, and I just act it out with the LPS. Like, I literally just go like this. So, football tryouts, huh? Yeah, I know, I'm pretty hyped. Yeah, do you think that Parker's going to join the team again? I'm not sure. Hey guys. Oh, speaking of Parky Parks. Oh, that's a new one. Yeah. I call it rehearsing. I rehearse all my short films, movies, series, and that's how I come up with the actual ideas. And then I will actually write it down, or for short films I usually don't write it down. It's just all muscle memory. I just try to remember the plot as I film. I don't even set up any scenes or anything. It's just the LPS on my blank table and I am just practicing, and then I can do the actual thing. So that totally went on a little tangent off your question, but I hope that sort of answers it. Because after I see the idea starting to formulate, I get more excited and more eager to like film that video and make it happen. LPS Candy Claus asks, do you use other platforms to grow your channel? Yes. You definitely don't need to have social media, but I do have a Instagram. I do have like a TikTok and Amino, but I don't use those anymore. So you might find my old abandoned accounts, so. But as you guys are sort of seeing with this video, I did use Instagram to ask the questions. I just think it's such a good way to interact with followers and get a little behind the scenes. So if you're allowed to have social media, I definitely say it's a good outlet to just expand your brand or channel, I guess. Because a lot of the time, for a lot of videos, I'll ask questions on there or I'll have little polls. Yeah, I find it very helpful. But obviously, you do not need to. Okay, I think that this question is a really good question. This one's from Alexi FSNN. How do you grow your account when there are so many other LPS tubers? That is a super good question, and I would say be unique, be original, have original ideas, have that thing that is just gonna you know, make it or break it for you. I mean, you can't really break it, make it for you. I started getting discovered when I made the LPS Beauty and the Beast videos. I'll try to link it up here if I remember, but I made the whole new Beauty and the Beast movie. I made it all up from LPS with all the music and everything. It's not that great quality, but at the time, like, I thought it was pretty good, and like the trailer isn't that bad. And at the time that movie just came out, so people were like, okay, this is really good. It's like the full movie with all the music, and it took a long time, but I'm really happy that I did that, and that's how I started getting more interest in my channel and more subscribers. You just need to find like a video outlet that makes you stand out, be unique, and something that people really like. LPS series are always super popular, although they're very time consuming, and LPS short films seem to be doing the best, so from my experience at least. That's why I do a lot of short films, because everyone really enjoys them, and I'm like, okay, cool, I really like making short films, so it's a win-win situation. That necklace was bothering me, so I just had a quick change. So yes, if you have any interest in making short films, I think come up with an original idea, make that short film, have a good thumbnail, because thumbnails are the first thing people see, and it can either make it or break it if someone clicks on your video, because first impressions are everything on YouTube, so. Lil Pet Shop Kitty asks, how do you make a good series or film? Honestly, the best advice I have for that question is just to practice. I know that's so cliche and unhelpful, but it's true. I have a reaction video coming out of me reacting to the very first LPS series I did on this channel, and it was the crustiest thing ever. And it's not longer on my channel, it's privated, so you guys can't watch it anymore, but I do share it in that reaction video, so keep your eyes out for that. But honestly, just the more you film, the more you edit, the better you're gonna get just naturally. Also, I think that the more you watch other people's videos, like different LPS tubers, you just learn a lot from their quality, and you just pick up on things naturally that you want to implement into your own videos. So like, you're like, oh, that's how she inserted the music right as the mood changed, you know? Then you would naturally do that once you watch like enough videos. It just comes naturally, I guess. I would say lighting is a big thing. Obviously, you have lighting where it's not all grainy. And then I would also say having a good original storyline, good thumbnails are a lot, and having good sets and scenes that make it feel full and not empty definitely help keep the viewer's attention. How do you get around comments being turned off by Copa? This one's from LPS Candy Claus again. Okay, so you go to YouTube Creator Studio on a computer, and then on the left-hand bottom side corner, you will see a thing that says Settings. Click on Settings, and once a little mini pop-up window comes up, it'll say have a lot of options on the left-hand side, and you will click Channel. Once you click Channel, you go to the Advanced Settings tab at the top, click on Advanced Settings, and then say no, set this channel as not made for kids. And obviously that works, but your comments will still get turned off, so you need to keep turning them back on, and then eventually they'll just stay on for a while. And then occasionally you will have a video that just gets marked for kids, and you can't do anything about it because YouTube stops you from turning back on the comments. So yeah, the struggles of being an LPS tuber. Am I right? Am I right? LPS Forest Paw asks, how do you find video ideas when you really need them? I sort of just mentioned this from the earlier in the video, so just like listening to music and watching other movies and stuff, not copying, but taking inspiration from them really do go a long way. A lot of the time I will also have real life experiences where I'm like, oh, that was really funny, I should turn that into a skit, and totally adapt it and just let your creative juices flow. I always have my phone near me. I know, totally a Gen Z problem, but like a lot of the time I will just get an idea when I'm like out and about, and then I'm like, okay, let's put that down in my notes. I have a giant notes section on my phone. A lot of the time I get my short film ideas from either inspiration, or I will just get random LPS that I want to use as characters, and then I'll just randomly play it out with them and see what type of story I like come up with, and if I like it, then I turn it into a reality. Babby Smalls Art asks, how do you sync audio with the video? Do you film them separately or together? I'm not sure if you mean like voice audio and like the picture, the screen image. They are together because I use a camera, and I think, well, obviously, phones also do the same thing where it'll co-film them at the same time, so you don't have to sync anything up. But if I am doing like a speed paint or like the Sims video that I did, I do a voiceover narration, and I do that in my editing program, and I use Adobe Premiere Elements, for all of you wondering. And then if you mean like background music, I use non-copyrighted music from the YouTube Creator Studio library, which is free, so you guys can download that. And then I just insert that in when I'm editing. Is it hard to keep on a topic for like a series idea? This is from LPS Cam 208. This is a good question. And my answer to this very good question is yes, it is hard, and I know it is for most LPS tubers. If you are filming a series and there's multiple episodes, you just lose motivation partway through the series and you don't have the urgency to finish it. And this happened with some of my series I've done on this channel, like Voltage and Level 4. I've considered remaking them and just making them better, but honestly I don't know if I'll have the time. I definitely say yes it is, and the way I get around this is I film a series all in a month or less. So for what I've been doing with like back to the basic, or I guess mostly half-hearted, is I would power through a whole bunch of series episodes, boom, 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 film, 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 and then I'll edit them all, edit, and I wouldn't release any trailers or anything until I had all the episodes edited, or most of them edited. So that way you have a little bit of a buffer in case you do lose inspiration, that you have more episodes that you can keep pumping out until you actually find the inspiration to start filming the rest of the series and editing the rest of the series. Which, yes, that is why series are a tall order and they are hard, and you don't find many of them on LPS Tube, is because they're just so time consuming. And obviously you really don't want to try to post episodes like within like half a year of each other, like episode 1 and then 6 months later comes episode 2. Like, people are just gonna lose interest and your audience isn't gonna be as engaged, and honestly they'll just forget what happens, forget what the series is about. So I would definitely stray away from doing that. How do you keep your channel from dying even if you're posting constantly? This is from LPS Howlingwolf. I would say a big thing is engaging with your viewers. That means having your comments on if possible, and just really interacting with them, asking for their advice on stuff so they can feel like they're part of like the process. I'm gonna say it again, short films, they are a hit on LPS Tube and those are very popular videos. So there's also like other trends that are popular, like series obviously, and like funny LPS videos like skits and stuff. Obviously, you should make videos that you're passionate about and shouldn't feel forced to film a certain type of video just because they get more views or anything, but you just need to find your niche, and it honestly takes a while. Like, I've been doing this for almost 7 years now, and I still have lots to learn. Purple Dragon LPS Official asks, any tips on making plots and conflicts when scripting a series or short film? I would say that all series and short films definitely need to have a conflict. Whether that conflict is relatable or not, I think that the relatable conflicts, usually that's what I tend to do. I make a lot of my short films around bullying and being different and not fitting in, just because those are actual real life things that either I've experienced and I know that a lot of people experience, especially in school. Like, maybe a conflict is you and your best friend, you used to be BFFs, and then one day they just move away and then you need to find like a new friend or something. It can be as simple as that, but you can really expand on it and a lot of people will be able to relate to your message. Like, the amount of comments I got of people saying like how much they relate to the short film really touches me and inspires me to do more, because, you know, you aren't in this alone and there's plenty of other people that have had the same experiences as you had. Another question from LPS Candy Claus. Please, please, please give us lighting tips. I'm this close to filming outdoors. Oh man. I used to film with 2 lamps, and I'll try to insert a clip of what my video quality looked like back then.
Okay, so the first thing, if you want to be popular, is how you look and dress. So, I'll show you what I mean.
This is with 2 lamps. Honestly, I don't think it was that bad. Like, compared to when I had 1 lamp, insert a clip of that now. We must be going.
Okay, this...
Yeah, it was very shadows. The shadows were very distracting. Right now, I'll show you my whole lighting setup. This is all my lighting. Walmart lamp I got for like $6. 1 soft light box, not box, it's a hexagon. It's an octagon. The other one exploded. So, yeah. A ring light. And I film near a window. It's not really open right now, but I feel like it just gets so hot in my room with all the lights. So with all 3.5 of those lights, we're not really gonna count the window. This is how it turns out. There's like a little bit of shadow, but So yeah, I say if you have a lot of windows in your room or wherever you film, open those bad boys up, film when it's sunny outside, and flawless. Or getting 2 desk lamps does the job perfectly. And then from there, if you figure out that filming is something you actually like, then you can go ahead and invest in like a softbox or a ring light. We have a very good question from LPS Candy Claus once again. You are popping off, my friend. How do you find the balance between quality and quantity? Personally, I feel like my videos sometimes are really bad quality. Not really bad, but like, I could have done better. And then sometimes I feel like, this is the best of my ability right now, so we're just gonna go with it. As a lot of you know, I try to post at least once a week, and I've been doing this for about the past 5 years almost, so yeah, being in college has definitely been a struggle, and a lot of you guys are like, tell me your secrets, how you film so much when you're in college. I pre-record all my videos, so I either come home for like a break, or over the summer I try to film a lot of videos. And if I'm being honest, some of the quality of my videos that I filmed this summer, just because I need to film so many, I'm like, I don't think I'm that happy with the quality, but honestly I'm gonna edit them and see if they turn out alright. Because if I'm being honest, a lot of times editing can help make a video way better than it actually would be otherwise. A lot of the times I feel like my quality of my videos will go down if I'm not feeling like inspired to film that day and I force myself to film a video. It just sort of shows through the actual video and your viewers might be able to tell. But at the same time, you need to come up with like video ideas that inspire you so you will want to film, so then you can have a sufficient amount of quantity of videos to like actually post so your viewers won't leave you. Ugh, so sad. I'm just gonna combine all the next questions. Sakura, how do you write your stories? And Farrah LPS Official also asks, how do you write a script? And then Sarah Boo 19 asks, how do you plan a series? As I said earlier, I don't script, I rehearse, and when I rehearse, then I will take a little notebook, write about a little bit of a paragraph of everything I want to happen in that episode, so when I'm editing I can look back and go like, oh yeah, that scene's in this episode, and so forth. And that is how I do episodes, and that's how I do a series. I don't write it word for word because I like to improvise. I don't script any of my videos really, except unless they're a collab. And yeah, a good series has multiple cliffhangers. I like to do cliffhangers. I know they're sort of cruel because you guys are like, I want the next episode. And I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. No, but yeah, I would say having a lot of conflicts arise, relatable conflicts, or just character development honestly is a big part of series 2 because that helps show the character's personality and your viewers might be able to relate to them. That's the word. Zoomsy Snaps asks, what's the hardest thing about having an LPS Tube account? Probably just thinking of newer ideas. Especially this summer I had to come up with like 40 video ideas and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Also at the same time, I'm like, I need to come up with original video ideas that people are actually gonna like. Like sometimes it is worth it to go the extra mile and create a very quirky and unique video that people just feel inclined to click on just because it's so different from anything they've ever seen. And that is definitely a big payoff. I don't even remember the question. We got another question from Dolly Lolly Playtime and they ask, what is your drive to keep making videos? I think the biggest drive for any LPS tuber is just to always make sure you're doing it for yourself. Making videos because you enjoy it. Don't feel forced to make LPS videos. I know a lot of the time it's easy to find burnout or the loss of motivation. Trust me, I've faced it too. You just need to, well, let's expose myself. June 2020. No, that was wrong. In June 2020, I was planning on quitting. I didn't tell you guys, and I already had a video filmed or starting to film, and I already told like my cousins, I was like, yeah, I'm quitting. And this was a few months. It lasted a few months, and I was like, yeah, LPS Tube isn't for me anymore. And then in June 2020, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna post these last few videos and then I'll post my goodbye video. And I posted the June videos and they did really well. The amount of comments and support that poured into those videos were like, they were my LPS food related videos right here. I was not expecting that, and it really was very touching for you guys just to show those kind words. really made me want to stay on this community, because that's why I love this community in the first place, is because everyone's so supportive. And so fast forward, it's been a little over 2 years later and I am still here thanks to all the comments. And I know that when you're starting out you don't get many comments, and I've been there, trust me. Especially because Copa doesn't help. But I think that just creating LPS videos that you enjoy, you'll eventually get found. Trust me, you will. And the last question is from Moonji Productions. What happened to LPS Tube because it's not really active anymore? Well, isn't this a great note to end this video on? A little sad. I would say yes. A lot of the bigger LPS tubers have took breaks, or they just disappeared for a while, or they've quit. And necessarily this community isn't dying. Also, as time goes on, a lot of people face like permanent burnout, or they just outgrow LPS, and that is fine, but I also feel like at the same time our community isn't fully dead. Actually, it was very interesting. When I was cooking eggs this morning for breakfast, I was watching Puppy Lover's 10-year anniversary special again. And I watched that and I realized that it took her, I think, almost like 6 or 7 years to get 100 subscribers, and she started in 2010. I started my channel in 2015, and in 2021 of October, I reached 100,000 subscribers. So that is about 6 to 7 years as well. And even though I joined later than she did, I still grew at almost the same pace, technically speaking. There's a lot of other factors that go into that whole equation, but technically speaking. If I joined later and I grew at the same pace, LPS Tube is still the same community. Though there's not a lot of bigger LPS tubers anymore, it's sad, but at the same time there are so many smaller LPS tubers that are just amazing. And a lot of smaller LPS tubers that I was really big fans of have quit too, which is always disheartening. But if you guys want to see a video where I just like spew all of like the small LPS tubers that I watch, because I have 86 subscriptions to LPS tubers, so yeah, it's an issue. It's okay though. So if you guys are looking for LPS tubers to support, it's a good community, guys. We need the support, we need the love, and we need to just show kindness to everyone in our community, because together we are stronger and better and braver and bolder. Was that copyrighted? It sounded so copyrighted. So to answer your question, I don't think that we're necessarily a dying community. Definitely not as flourishing as we once were, but we're still very strong and we're still getting new LPS tubers. And the views on videos you still get today are outrageous. Like, I got 100,000 views on my Opposite Sides short film, which was posted 2 years ago from when I'm filming this video. So, two months ago. Did I say 2 years ago? I don't know. Well guys, that wraps up this video. I hope I answered all your burning questions, and if you guys have more burning questions, maybe I'll ask this on my YouTube community post or Discord or something. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for participating, and thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful and magical day. Bye!